Have you heard? Two incredible media brands, Feisty Media and Another Mother Runner, have merged. And our first athletic step together is the Grand Traverse, an epic trail adventure, October 3rd, 2026, in beautiful Duluth, Minnesota. In this Choose Your Own Adventure format event, you pick your distance, from 10 miles to 27 miles, and whether you want to hike or run it. Whatever you choose, you'll be supported from your first step to the finish line by an incredible community of goal-oriented women led by Another Mother Runner's Dimity McDowell and Feisty Media's Celine Yeager. Join us today to get a comprehensive training program and virtual group coaching, plus group activities and support in Duluth. Head to feisty.co/events and look for the Grand Traverse to grab your spot today. That's feisty.co/events and use the code FEISTY20 to get $20 off when you register.
All right, welcome Feisties to today's show. I'm Kelly O'Mara. I'm here with Katie Zafaris. Joanne is somewhere in the world. And so today we have joining us the one and only Jess Learmonth. Jess, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. Listeners don't feel like I'm replacing Joe, by the way. I'm just an extra. I haven't got the same sort of knowledge. So, but yeah, thank you for having me on.
You didn't study like binders before you came? That's what Joe does.
Oh, just shit, right now. I'm afraid not. We're starting on a bad note.
I was going to ask you what you've thought so far this year is the most exciting race.
I think, so since I've come away, so I would say it's middle distance. So probably Texas for me. Just because I think for most people when it's such a stacked field, it makes it more exciting to watch. And I can't believe I'm saying that after maybe 10 years ago, I'd have never thought that I'd be interested in such a long triathlon race. Do you know, to be committed for that long? But I've definitely been transformed into middle distance viewing now. And yeah, I would probably say that, and the women's race as well. It's a shame that obviously Kat punctured, so we didn't get that showdown. But yeah, I would say that's probably been the highlight of the year. And yeah, just none of the, I don't know if I should say this, but none of the short course races interest me at all.
Yes! Oh, really?
I literally never, ever, well, for one, I never watch it because I think it just seems to be such big groups all the time, which is just not fun to watch. And then two, it costs so much money to watch it now. I couldn't believe it.
Wait, I thought, isn't it supposed to be like free on YouTube soon? Isn't that part of the whole?
They need to do that. Honest to God, they need to do that. Because I was thinking back to when we did World Series races in England. It used to be on. It's called BBC, so like one of the main.
Yeah, we know
channels.
what the BBC is.
Yeah.
For those who don't.
Yeah, for those who don't. It used to be on the BBC, so the amount of people that used to watch it, it seemed so much bigger. Whereas now, like my friends wouldn't have a clue what triathlon was.
We were talking about, Tommy and I were actually talking about that on our run today because like with he watches skateboarding, and I know there's like a little, well, follow me here, and I know there's like a little bit of a something with World Triathlon, an agreement they had that they can't make it free, but like in skateboarding they have an agreement with this one brand and they can't have it live, but like a month later they can put it on YouTube for free and like people can watch it. And I'm like, that would be, at least if we can't like actually do it live for free, then like we should be able to do it sometime so that you can watch the races for free.
So Jess doesn't want to pay the $79.99 or whatever it is.
Is it that much?
It's something
I thought it was $25.
I don't know. I still have like a media account.
Like I said, I would if it were interesting, but I find it so boring that why would I?
Oh, no.
The one I actually did watch a race, a short course race, and mainly because Georgia was in it. It was Lanzarote, and that was free. So I don't understand what's happened since then. I don't know if they made that one free and then they've changed it. Because I went to actually watch one, and it came up saying you had to sign up. I thought, oh no way, I'm not doing that. So I don't know. I just don't know if I agree with that. But I can understand they'll obviously make money from it. But I just don't think it's going to grow the sport at all.
Here's my question. Did you find it boring while you were in it? Or only now that you're outside of it?
Yeah, really big. It's basically because I'm not in it. No,
But there is a little bit of truth to that.
No. So this is what So when I only started triathlon in maybe like 2013 or around 2012, and I used to watch World Triathlon Series when Al and John were doing it, and I used to find it so interesting and fun to watch when they were getting into breakaways and doing it. I wasn't involved in the sport at all at that point. And they actually got me into the sport in a way. And I was interested in it through all that period. Obviously, then once I started racing, I never watched it. I swear to God, I never watched it. And then I got injured. So then I never watched it then because I just wasn't interested in watching it when I wasn't there. And then I think it slowly just changed into a runner's race, and I just lost interest in it, I think. But I think it is different because I used to race it, so whether I would still find it interesting if I'd never actually been involved in it, I don't know. But no, it's not because I'm not in it.
But it is a different dynamic. I like that has changed.
Yeah.
But you could watch the men's race. There's still breakaways in the men's race.
That's true. Yeah, and maybe it's because I don't know as many people as well, so you haven't got that interest. And I think it's the same with a lot of people. Like people that used to watch me probably don't watch it now because they haven't got someone to root for. So
I think this is like I was telling Katie, a friend of mine when we were in Paris, was like, I don't even personally know anyone like trying to win a medal this year. It's just not that interesting. And I was like, thousands of people watch without personally knowing.
Yeah, true.
Everyone involved.
And you're like, I have to know somebody. But
I do want to get your guys' take. Well, no, I was going to say, I do want to get your guys' take on Yokohama this past weekend because it was pretty, we'll say moderately exciting. It was an exciting result. But first, we're going to take a quick break before we talk about all the news of the week.
Meet your new Race Day Advantage, Orca's Athlex Aero Tri-Suit. This isn't your everyday tri-suit. It's built for speed where it matters most. With aerodynamic fabric strategically placed across the shoulders, arms, and back, it's designed to be aerodynamic on the bike while still giving you full freedom of movement in the water. And when the race heats up, Orca's Vapor Cool technology kicks in, actively helping your body regulate temperature by accelerating sweat evaporation. You also get a lightweight, quick-drying Tri-Tech chamois for comfort on the bike without feeling bulky on the run, and 2 back pockets to stash your nutrition for those longer efforts. The fit is compressive, race-ready, and built for performance. Plus, it comes in a very feisty blue color, which we love. Whether you're chasing a PR or just want to feel fast, the Athlex Aero Tri-Suit is designed to help you perform at your best across swim, bike, and run. Check it out now at the link in our show notes and use the code FeistyTry15 for 15% off all Orca products. That's FeistyTry15 for 15% off and use the link in our show notes.
Let's face it, as much as most of us love being outdoors, sometimes the outdoors doesn't love us. Like when it's 10 degrees below or pouring rain, or sometimes you've got a workout on tap that's just hard to do outdoors. Well, great news. We have partnered with Wahoo to offer you a special deal on the Wahoo Kicker Run, a revolutionary rethink of the traditional treadmill that will convert even the most diehard treadmill haters. I know because I was one. The Kicker Run is engineered to bring outdoor running straight into your home. With a push of a button, you can set up this machine to match your pace automatically, so you can just run, and it automatically adjusts with you instead of the other way around. By far, my favorite feature. It also has terrain simulation, so the deck feels like I'm on hard-packed trails with just enough give but no bounce. There's even a lateral tilt feature which mimics real-world terrain, varying the side-to-side angle to keep your muscles ready for outdoor running. Finally, the Kicker Run has unmatched connectivity. It seamlessly connects to the Wahoo ecosystem and third-party apps, so you can simulate routes from Strava or Zwift. Whether you're a triathlete, a devoted runner, or someone who just loves to stay fit, the Kicker Run is there for you, and honestly, it's just a beautiful machine. We love it, we know you will too, so check this thing out. Click the link in the show notes and use the code Feisty2026, all caps Feisty2026, to get a free Headwind Smart Fan valued at $300 with the purchase of a Wahoo Kicker Run today. I will drop a link in the show notes to make it a snap.
All right, Katie, you left me all these notes about how Yokohama went down. I feel like the headline for most people is Tilda Manson won in a sprint against Beth, and this is crazy because it was like her first ever podium, first ever win, young Swedish superstar. But then you were like, oh, the chase group closed the gap in 25 seconds on the fourth lap, and Beth technically outran her, but it came down to T2. These are the notes, Jess.
You're taking my all my substance here.
So I guess, was it an exciting race per Jess's earlier comments about?
No, I would say it's kind of in line with Jess's comments coming down to a runner's race. It started out in I think there were, oh gosh, I'm so bad with numbers, but I think there were about 20 in the front pack to start. And to me, it looked like there were the heavier swim cyclists in there. And this and Jess Foligar was there, Spivey was there, Kate Woff was there. I don't know. I felt like there was potential in it, but the pack that was 25 seconds back, 25 seconds back, 25 seconds back, and then literally they were just there. And you're usually that incrementally comes down. And when you close 25 seconds in half a lap, it's either the front pack is doing nothing or the chase pack is doing a lot. But even if the chase pack is doing a lot, you have to outride the leaders in the front of the front pack to catch the chase. So I think in that way, yeah, it was a little bit okay, well, now it's just going to come down to a run, and it's not super interesting when the pack comes together, because you kind of just know that. I don't know how you guys feel watching those races, but I'm always hoping there's what tactics are going to be played. But in the women's races especially, I think there's not that many of the women who are that tactically savvy in the sense of being able to get away with a small group without just getting chased down immediately. But the runs were, very fast.
Oh yeah, they were they were 32-minute something 10Ks. Do you think that dynamic, because okay, you were saying earlier that the men, they still have breakaways, but when I watch the men's race, I'm it always comes down to a giant pack. It's always a massive pack in the men's race. But it sounds like you super experts on short course racing are telling me that that's changed.
Hauser's changing it, and others, not just Hauser, but there's a small group that's changing. So Alex Yee in this had the fastest run of the day, but he finished what, 7th, 6th, 7th,
5th? Something like that. 5th.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know why I've piped up at that point.
Okay. But he was trying to outrun the front and didn't get to the front. So I don't know. I think the men have had more of the breakaway style racing recently. And you can look at Karlovy Vary of last year. It's the perfect course. Jess has used that course for some breakaways.
Yeah. That was that was me and you, wasn't it?
Yeah, bye, Jess. Yeah, for a little bit. And then you ran much better, and I ran I got dropped on the bike.
Well, I really struggled. I was cramping. That was so hot. It wasn't my best race. So don't worry, I was there with you. But yeah. It's a hard race, that.
Those races on the circuit are super. I think they're really cool to watch because they're so demanding. They're hilly.
Yeah, they break it up
hilly,
naturally.
technical. Yeah.
So,
and it exposes people.
Right.
But Yokohama was never known for a breakaway, although we had a few.
We did it.
We did do it, and I actually took you off the bike on one of them, didn't I? Remember?
You did.
I did,
yeah, right into the barrier on the brick section, and I still remember being sorry.
I was I'm so sorry. You were shut up and get on with it. Not like that, but you basically said, "Don't worry about it, just crack on."
Let's go or something.
We caught back on though as well.
We were fine.
Yeah. Oh, we should have just gone for the breakaway from the word go.
You
I
guys,
know. I
this
always think whether I'm like in my glory days of like memories of things
right,
how we
right.
used to race
I was gonna say you
races.
sound a little bit like, well, we managed to break away, and
Yeah, I know.
we even went into a barrier and got back up.
Yeah.
The kids these days.
God, pathetic. But what I was going to say was, Yokohama is quite difficult to get breakaways. He's basically a runner's race. I loved going to Japan, but I never liked Yokohama because I never got a good result because it's just really hard to get that break, and it's such a fast running course. So I just think that although at least they tried it, it's probably not the best course to try it on. And with the question for you, Katie, because I didn't watch it anyway, but it was while we were sleeping, so it's not good timing. Were the women working well in the breakaway? Did you notice?
You know, sometimes it's hard to tell sometimes because like it was strung out at bits, making you feel like they were
Going
working
hard,
well
yeah.
together. But then when hearing from some of the athletes, like it was actually quite an easy ride, and I think there was separate things going on, but not necessarily like joint like communication of like let's do this together. So I think there were attacks, but they were like singular kind of attacks, and then like there was like a minor rotation. But yeah, I feel like well, this is going back to like
Go on,
like
say it.
You were gonna say we did it better. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
just
we'd
felt like-
communicate. I'd be like, right, come on, let's. You would
Yeah.
literally just talk it through.
Well, like I remember this was like going into Leeds when we were racing, and I talked to our athletes that I coach about it. I was like, I was really strong on like straight sections, and you guys were like super like technical with you in Georgia, and in the city center, like I would pull the straights, and then I'd be like, okay, your turn through this technical
Yeah.
section, so I'll pull the straights, and like I don't even feel like we really talked all the time in like a super structured way, or like, but you kind of just like know who's ready to like work really hard. And will like commit to working really hard for a long race, because it's also Yokohama's a Olympic distance race always. So if you're gonna push the bike, you have to push it for quite some time.
Yeah, and you have to know that people that you're working with are all in it together, or else you just try to get rid of them. Or I did. Oh, I'll try to. Sorry.
Do you think this is going to change over? Like, we're just starting this Olympic cycle technically with the points and everything this past Monday. As people kind of feel like it sounds like you guys really knew each other and knew different people's strengths and weaknesses. Do you think as people get to know who's kind of in this cycle and who's coming up and who's strong and who's not, and we start to see more working together, more like a changing in dynamics, or are we just screwed now for this cycle?
No, yeah. Just don't bother. No, I do think it might change, and I think with Georgia coming back, because she's one of the OGs who used to do that, I think she'll take it upon herself to get people together. Like she's got Fullingar. Is it Tilly, the other British girl that's a really good swimmer? Biker.
Yeah, and Emma.
Yeah, and then there's Liv Mathias again. She's a good swim biker. So even just in the Brits, there'll be quite a few, and they'll know that for them to do well off, for them to medal, they probably need to get away from the fast runners. So if she then chats to other people, then there is potential there. But it just depends. I think you do have to communicate really well, because if you're going into a group trying to work through and off with people that you don't really know and you've never spoke to, it's a bit disjointed, and you have to be committed to just going for it, or that time is gone. You know, that 25 seconds will go in, like you said, half a lap. Whereas when we used to do breakaways, it'd stay the same for about a lap or two, and then the group behind always get either annoyed or disjointed because they've not gained, and then the time goes from like 25 seconds to like 2 minutes. That's how we used to find it. But
Boom.
interesting.
Back in our day, yeah.
Yeah. But I also think you learn the what I feel like we often see as a flip-flop of like 2016 is like a runner's race, like then 2020 is like a cyclist, then back to a runner's, then back to like more of the cyclist, because everyone's going to learn how to beat the people who are winning. or
Sure.
that's obviously the goal. And if you can't outrun them, then you have to figure out a different way. So,
Right.
but I do think probably like even in the race in Yokohama, like you also have a lot more. I feel like you always had that when we were racing, there'd be like Nicola Spierig. Like if she's not in the front pack, she's gonna like be the one to like pull a group up or do a lot of work. And now I think you have more athletes in that second pack who will work really hard to catch the front pack, probably more so than what there was when we were racing. I don't know if that's a fair assessment of the situation.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, she won't
doesn't
even
want-
pay. Yeah, she won't even pay the money to watch it. So who knows?
I know. I'm just coming in here slagging it off, and I don't even watch it.
All right, but I do think we should say Tilda Manson. I mean, that was a huge breakthrough for her. Outsprinting Beth Potter in the straightaway was pretty crazy, and she's only 22, 23. There's been a lot of like, this is a new star. I mean, you told me that she's kind of been rising a little bit. There's a lot of people I feel like we're kind of keeping our eye on, and then someone will break through, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like when we look at the athletes, there's like just a few left of like the people we were racing with. And now there's like a lot of up and coming athletes that are just like, even from like, I probably am more aware of the Americans in a lot of ways, but they're just starting to be in the, like, it was Kelly Wetterlin who won NCAA, like is the NCAA champion, and she won Gulfport, and this was her first World Triathlon Championship Series race, and she came out in the lead of the swim, so, and like finished.
I saw
19th.
she lost a shoe and had to go back and get it on the
No,
day.
that was Danielle Ori.
Oh, that's Danielle. All right. See, these are
Yes.
different up and coming Americans. It's hard to keep track, you know?
Yeah. So I like to keep an eye on it because, like, I mean, 2013 was when I started the sport, and I made the 2016 Olympic team. So there's like new people who can come about, which is cool.
Yeah. Olympic qualifying officially started, not qualifying, but like points started on Monday. So everybody now is trying to get their stuff.
It's weird that it did it just after Yokohama. So Yokohama doesn't count.
No.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, that is really
That's
weird.
partially why we thought it was undersubscribed, because people were waiting for the next one.
The people that did well are probably thinking, you're joking. You know, they just didn't really well, like Beth and Tilda. Is
Jen,
it Tilda?
yeah.
You'd be just like, oh, never mind.
It was also a World Series I always get the full name wrong. World Para Series race. Is that the right title? It's all these things
Yeah.
have
I know.
super long titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
World
it was a big deal.
Triathlon Paris series.
Yeah. And Grace Norman has now not lost a race in 5 years. I like looked this up because I remember talking to her when she hadn't lost a race in 3 years. Now she hasn't lost a race in 5 years. That is insane.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
That's
was looking at.
Something
I was
you have to have like nothing go wrong for 5 years too.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive alone.
Yeah. And I was looking at her like ratio of wins to amount of starts she had, and it's like, yeah, it's incredible. I wish I had it right in front of me, but it's like she's been in like 55 starts and has won like 40 times or something like that. It's like,
That's
don't quote me on it.
It's something crazy. It's not like
something
Lindsay.
crazy.
It's something crazy. Like Lindsey Vonn was giving this commencement speech this past weekend. It was like, I've had 400 starts and I've won 80 of them, which means I mostly lost. It's like not that. It's like actually I mostly won.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's pretty good. I thought the same thing when I saw that. I was like, well,
I know it's not a good comparison, but I always used to think that about Lance Armstrong. I know that he won so many, and he were obviously doped, but he never had anything go wrong as well. Like he did crash occasionally, but like he could be taken out completely, or something happened, so he lost loads of time. Even just being able to stay at the front of the race and not come off your bike is quite impressive. But I know I shouldn't really be saying that, but
Yeah, I know. Now you're like, just be clear, Grace. We are not comparing you to Lance Armstrong.
it's not the same.
Not the same. There was also Ironman Pro Series 70.3 in France, which I swear to God that race goes by two names. I've seen it, Aix-en-Provence and Feisty. I don't know. It goes by two names. It was in France. Marjolaine won again.
Yeah, very
she
dominant
beat-
as well.
Yeah, I mean, she beat Laura Phillip and Imogen Simmons, so it's like that's not a shabby win.
No, and I think she came from behind on the bike as well, caught them and then dropped them and put time into them as well.
She is a good cyclist.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't quite realize what a good cyclist she is.
Yeah, very good cyclist. Because, I mean, Imogen Simmons and Laura Philipp are not exactly
Bad
cyclists. Yeah, they're probably like the best in the world. So, and then
to run. I mean, it's her home. Apparently she raced as an age grouper like 4 years ago, and now she's...
Oh,
yeah.
I see. So she knew the roads.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looked cold though. I did actually catch a bit of it.
Because it was free.
Because it was free.
I was just like, this is just showing your allegiance. So like, listen how much she has to say.
Did you see the clip though, where the broadcast camera, like Marjolaine was running through age group guys, and the broadcast camera like was on her, and she caught this age group guy who then like didn't like being caught and passed, and
it's so annoying.
Which I kind of get, but it's annoying.
Oh no, I don't.
We
get
just
it
heard
all.
it was. She's got to do a nib. Remember that?
No.
Oh, when she started yelling at the age, Nib started yelling at the age group men. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll go up and tell them, I was talking to you, when she's telling them to get out of their way.
I love that though, because it annoys me as a viewer. So I see it happen a lot with like Bloomy and stuff on the Ironman races when they just start. It happened, I think, was it Texas? I think there was one of them. Anyway.
Oh, when he was like lapping people.
The running clip.
Yeah, and they kind of just not get in the way, but try and get on the back. And I just think that would annoy the hell out of me if somebody started doing that. So I don't know. I just think it's a bit disrespectful, but whatever. I can understand they try to get the like time on TV, or they want to try and run with the best, but.
Yeah, or
they need the world triathlon rule.
Yeah, I did think that.
What's the world?
You'd get DQ'd.
You get lapped.
Is it DQ'd? Yeah, you'd get DQ'd. So if you got lapped, and the person that was getting lapped sat behind them or sat on them, then you'd get DQ'd.
Oh, even on the run.
Yeah. Because it happened a lot, I think, with Alistair and Johnny, didn't it? And then they. I don't know if they brought in the
There are
rule
so
then.
many rules they had to put in place for those two boys.
No.
Yeah.
Rewriting the rule book.
Rewriting the rule book.
And it's extensive in World Triathlon, the rule book. Jesus. Not that I've read it.
Clearly.
The other thing, well, also there was a 70.3 in the US. I have to give a shout out to Grace Alexander because she won two 70.3s back to back in the US, and I think she's going to join us next week or the week after on the podcast. So that'll be fun. And then this upcoming week is T100 Spain. Now, Jess, you were doing all the T100s last year, so I want so I know you watched them.
Yeah, well,
you were in them,
Yeah.
and now they're free.
That's
so
true.
T100 Spain this weekend. Taylor Nibb's off the start list, and Kate Woff, as of this morning, pulled off too.
Yeah.
She said she is injured, but Julie Duran's back. I want to say George is racing.
Yep.
Sophie Caldwell Evans is racing. Holly Indy,
Lawrence.
Imogen.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, it's the usual. As the time gets nearer to the race, people just pull off and off and off, and then we end up with a completely different start list. But yeah, I would think that it's in my opinion, I think Georgia's gonna be hard to beat. Although she has just come down from altitude, and coming down from altitude's tricky. You can either nail it or you can't. But she responds really well to altitude, and I think she's in a really good place. So I wouldn't be surprised if she won her first T100. But obviously she's got a lot of competition, and Julie Duran is usually very, very strong. So she'll be up there as well. And then I think after those two, I think it's pretty wide open. I think for the next lot, not the next lot. That sounds like I'm like just them two ahead. But yeah, with Holly and India Lee, there's quite a few girls, so I think it's going to be a good race and competitive. And it's quite a hilly bike, I think. So I think it's like an out and back.
It's in Pamplona, which is like inland in Basque area.
Right.
It's like not on the coast, is my point, apparently. Who knew?
So it does look a hilly bike, so that should add a bit of spice to it. And obviously Sophie again, she came second, didn't she, to tell me in the 70.3 in Valencia.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Who won it? Because I think she's
we'll
on
have
the
to look it
start
up.
list. Sorry,
Kathia Sharp, somebody.
Yeah, she's the short
She
course
is-
athlete.
Mhm.
So I think they'll be up there as well. So it's going to be an exciting race, I think.
Do you like this thing where they're doing the women only at one location, and then the men will be here in San Francisco,
No,
just the men into it? You don't like it?
no, I prefer both. It's just more exciting to have two races, even if it is on the Saturday and the Sunday. I just much prefer it, to be honest. I think there's just more eyes on it as well. And I can understand why they're doing it, because then they don't have to put as many races on. And I know that it's quite hard work. Certainly for some locations like San Fran, it's ridiculous how they've got to get in, get out and do it all in such a short space of time. So I can understand that, and especially when it's in the transition year. If they are going into going with World Triathlon, I can't think of the word, but so I can understand it from that point of view. But for me personally, I think it's just better to have females and males racing at the same time.
Was it too many races for you though last year? Because you did like a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think with a young child, it's quite a lot of travel. Like I look back, and I just couldn't believe how much traveling we did. It was intense. But I think if I didn't, I don't know. It's just very similar to World Series. It was like that for us when we raced then. So I didn't think it was over the top. But I think it's probably gone the other way now. There's not as many.
Well, I think that was part of the complaint, right? It was like athletes were like, "Oh, there's too many races," but then they're also trying to cram in some Ironman races or some World Tri races. So
whereas I just committed mainly to. I just did the T100, one other to a 70.3 in Nice to qualify for the Worlds, and that's it. So I didn't overdo it. But I can understand if people want to, go to different events. It's a bit difficult.
This is really random, but since you mentioned people are like pulling off the start list as they're getting injured, I just learned here in the U.S. in the NBA, if you are a designated star, you have to play by the league rules. They can't sit you unless you're injured, or you'll be fined. And then I was like, how do they prove that they're injured so they don't get fined? They must need a doctor's note.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So maybe we need to institute that. Yeah, well,
like I feel like that's the same for like World Triathlon. If you pull off at a certain point, you have to prove that you're injured or you get like fined. But and you get a doctor's note. But I don't. This is gonna sound bad, but it's not that hard to get a doctor's note. Like.
Sure.
Most of the time you would get a scan, I suppose, and send a scan result or something. But then if you're sick, it's difficult, and it's hard to say. I DNF'd or didn't start one of the races that through reflux, and I think it'd be quite hard to prove. Well, difficult to prove, but it was pretty bad.
Well, Jess's reflux is like
it's
a level above.
Oh, really?
A normal reflux.
Yeah, it was extreme at points, but it's much better now.
Which was your out of all of the distances? Because you did you've done all of them pretty well. I guess you haven't done a full Ironman.
No,
but you and Katie, we'll sign you up. What is your favorite of all the different racing styles?
I think for different reasons. I thought Super League was really fun because you just the circus of going away and racing, and it was quite short and a bit different. That brought a different element when you'd been racing the same sort of standard and sprints. But I have to say, I think for me personally, I think the ones that have suited me better as an athlete are probably like the T100 and things that are more individual. So yeah. I mean, I did have great fun doing the standard and the sprint, but I think I probably spent far too long doing that. I wish I'd have moved up. Yeah, we should have moved up a bit earlier.
Well, and there's a congratulations in order because you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I am round 2.
I was like, actually, when I was saying that, I was like, did she announce that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it's on her Instagram. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
It's
okay,
official.
but
Don't worry.
then I got really nervous looking at you. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, hold on.
Don't mention
What it? Yeah, cut that out. Do you have like a plan to keep? Do you? I actually like listened to your podcast when you had John on,
Oh, yeah.
and he was just saying how good you are at not having a plan.
Me and you are like the complete opposite, yeah.
Yeah, we
Eaters.
are. But so like right now with triathlon, and this might be jumping ahead, but like, would you come back to racing middle distance again?
Yeah, I mean, if I do come back, I think it's really difficult when you have to go through childbirth and how you feel afterwards. You don't really know. It's a bit like you don't know how the childbirth's going to go because there's so many different ways the child can come out of you, and there could be certain issues that could arise that you've no idea about. So it's a bit like a birthing plan. I just don't plan because it's just gonna, whatever happens. So I find it quite difficult to think about how I'll feel when I've had 2. But the plan currently is to come back, but I'm not going to put any pressure on myself or plan anything until I've had the child and I see how I feel. Because this pregnancy has been completely different to Fred, in terms of training and how I felt and the motivation. It's just been, completely different. So I just don't know
Like good
how...
or bad?
This one's probably been not worse because other than the first 12 weeks, I was really, really sick and nauseous and obviously tired like most people. But with Fred, I pretty much had, throughout the whole pregnancy, it was like I wasn't pregnant. It was bizarre. Whereas this one, I've definitely noticed I'm a lot bigger, a lot earlier. I'm having a lot of back issues. I'm very unmotivated to train at all. Whereas I can look back at exactly the same time because I think, Katie, you had your 2, Kimble and Josie, are very similar age, aren't they? The same day?
3, the same day, 3 years apart.
Yeah, we're the same.
Are you?
Yeah,
See, this is why
so
I'm
Fred-
seasoned.
Fred's September 2023, and this one's September 2026, and there's 4 days in the due date. So Fred was
I
due
love
on the 15th, and he came on the 10th, and this one's due on the I should know, the 17th. So there's 2 days in it. So you can look back on, and I can look back on my training peaks and what I was doing at this point with Fred, and my God, it's massively different. Yeah. So I don't know. You just got to see how it goes because every athlete and every female has a totally different journey with pregnancy, and that's why it's I don't know. It's quite difficult to shout about good journeys as well because you know that other people will struggle. So it's tricky. So TBC is the answer to that one.
TBC. Wait, what does C stand for?
Confirmed.
Confirmed. To be
okay.
confirmed.
Confirmed that you're gonna race. Okay, we want to hear more. We're gonna talk way more about Jess now. But before we get into the pregnancy and all your racing last year, we're gonna take a quick break.
Pillar is a performance health brand developed by leading sports scientists, dietitians, and athletes. Pillar is focused on getting you to the start line in the best condition possible. My nighttime routine and sleep really became a crucial part of my life as an elite athlete in order to consistently perform in my training and racing. Even now, when my priorities have shifted, I know that a good night's sleep is key to me being at my best, whether it be training, coaching, or keeping up with my family. Pillar's triple magnesium, informed by leading heart rate variability researcher Dr. Dan Plews, has been integral to my end-of-day routine. I take it 30 minutes before bed each night to guarantee that my body spends as much time in REM and deep sleep as possible. Pillar uses a high dose of glycinate magnesium, activating the parasympathetic nervous system and ensuring that I fall asleep and stay in the restorative sleep phases for longer. This is especially important to me because I still have a 9-month-old who still doesn't sleep through the night. So I feel much more confident in being able to fall asleep faster and optimize the time that I have asleep
and so that I feel better rested and recovered the next day with triple magnesium as part of my routine. So check it out. If you want to give it a try, visit pillarperformance.shop, or for North American customers, head to thefeed.com and use the code Feisty, capital Feisty, for 15% off your first purchase.
Have your next grand adventure at the Grand Traverse. It's a day of trail running or hiking, you pick your pace, with like-minded women powered by group coaching that allows you to bond and move all summer long. This Feisty Media, Another Mother Runner merger event is happening Saturday, October 3rd in Duluth, Minnesota, and you need to be part of it. The Grand Traverse is ideal if you're looking for a goal that lights you up, a structured 16 or 20-week training program to keep you moving and motivated all summer, and a community that truly feels like your people. You opt for the distance you want to cover, from 10 to 27 miles, and the method you want to cover it, hiking or trail running. During the event weekend, you get to hang with the women you've virtually trained with, plus Another Mother Runner co-founder Dimity McDowell and Celine Yeager of the Hit Play Not Pause podcast. Dimity's hiking 10 miles and Celine plans to run 21. The scenery is stunning. The October 3rd event is at the height of leaf peeping season, and Lake Superior definitely lives up to its name. And the camaraderie and conversation from the group members will keep you going strong too. The Grand Traverse is truly grand. Head to feisty.co/events and look for the Grand Traverse to secure your spot today. That's feisty.co/events and use the code Feisty20 to get $20 off when you register. The link will, of course, be in the show notes.
All right, you did announce on Instagram your pregnancy. Katie was not wrong. And what have you been doing? Like, tell us, because we've had a lot of, not to make this a mom's podcast, but we've had a lot of athletes who are coming back or just had a kid. It's very common now. And people really want to hear kind of like some of the details. So it's a lot harder, you said, this time. What are you able to do? What are you not doing?
Well, to be honest, I stopped swimming early on because I just hate it. So if I can have an opportunity to not swim, I take it. And I think in my career, I've had a lot of time out of the pool and I've been fine when I've got back. So it never worries me that I have a break. So I'm really enjoying that. I've not been in the pool since I came back from that Samla race. So I am really taking it seriously, this swim break, to gain motivation when I need to come back and start swimming again. So that's been out of the window from the word go, but not from a pregnancy standpoint, just from, my own personal opinion. And initially I was doing really well. I was riding quite a lot and running probably too much, like doing adventure races, not races, but plans with my friends that were doing like 26 miles here and there. And then when I was about 18 weeks pregnant, I think I did me and John just did like a 22-mile run, and I tripped on a flat section, and I basically jarred my back and my SI joint. So I've been dealing with that for like the last 5 weeks, I think. And that's I'm really struggling with that. So then that's put an end to the pregnancy running so far. So I'm basically just doing a bit of gym and riding at the minute, and looking after Fred. So nothing, I wouldn't class myself as an elite athlete. That's for sure. And I'm certainly not looking like an elite athlete at the minute. But yeah, I'm quite happy with where I'm at. And I think sometimes when you're pregnant, you just kind of use it as a bit of an excuse. You just think, oh well, I can't do it, so never mind. And
I was like the same as you. Well, for this pregnancy, not for your pregnancy with Fred, because I was like, I can do everything. I just don't want to.
It's so funny. It's so strange how my motivation's changed. I cannot believe how motivated I was through the first pregnancy. Yeah. I think I was absolutely, I don't know, I think possessed. I don't know who would be that bothered. So
who would be that bothered?
I think I'm quite normal now. I feel like I'm going through a normal pregnancy. But in terms of actually knowing I've got a baby inside me, it's very minimal. I mean, I'm getting obviously the movements and stuff, but day to day, it's pretty chilled. I don't have any issues. So far, it's not causing me any problems. Because I know a lot of people have sickness way past 12 weeks, whereas mine stopped like bang on 12 weeks, and I am very grateful for that. So I can't complain. But yeah, in terms of training wise, it's going fairly slowly.
Do you get coached throughout your pregnancies? Like, did you have anyone do a training plan for Fred or for this baby, or do you just do what you want?
No, well, I've been self-coached pretty much since like before the Olympics, maybe. I had like a run coach through the Olympics and slightly afterwards, but I've been self-coached, so I've been deciding what I want. Yeah, for quite a long time now, but
I want to know more about this.
well, I think, I don't know, certainly with Fred, it was so much easier because logistically it's so difficult, isn't it? As you'll know, to get people to look after him and when you can do what. And I think I would just try to be extremely flexible. So as long as I got certain things in the week, I was happy. And the thing is, structure's really good, but then once you bring kids into it, it kind of gets a bit more difficult. So I think once you've had a child, you just have to be extremely flexible, don't you? You can't really be as anal. So yeah, I think just being self-coached suited me quite well. And luckily I stayed quite motivated and when I came back. But maybe I need a coach at the minute. But it'd be very minimal what I actually can do.
You can coach me and I'll coach you.
Yeah,
That'd be
true.
perfect.
We'll do that.
Perfect.
Let's swap it. But yeah, I've enjoyed it actually. I think once you after all the years, you know what suits you, don't you? And I think sometimes training's a lot about enjoyment and how you can get the best out of yourself from certain sessions that you enjoy. So then if somebody set me a session that I thought, oh no, I don't know if I can mentally do that, I don't think I'd get the same amount of work out of myself. So now I know what I like and what I can do.
What do you like? What are the sessions that you enjoy? Not swimming.
Not swimming in general. If I do swim hard, it's got to be with a squad. If it's on my own, it's barbaric. I can't even do it. I'm so slow when I do it on my own. It's ridiculous. And not open water. So specifically squad swims for hard swims. Riding and running, to be honest, I like hills a lot. So any VO2 sessions I like to do on hill reps. Because I can just know when I'm going up the hill how far I've got to go, aim for that and just try as hard as I can. You know, I don't have to look at watts or anything like that. And I find that quite motivating. And I do similar with running. I would say they're probably my main go-tos. And then with threshold, I like to do quite long efforts, which I wouldn't say is it as enjoyable, but it is actually good bang for the buck. So I just have to grin and bear that. But yeah, that's mine in a nutshell.
That's your plan. If you're planning right now, I mean, I know it's TBC, but if you're planning to come back to racing, did you get like a pause on your T100 or whatever their pregnancy maternity policy is now?
They don't have one currently.
They don't have one currently? I thought they did.
No,
They're always talking about it.
Yeah, this is what I brought up because so they had one originally when it first came out. Yeah. They brought it out with the PTO, and then they brought in the contracts. So last year we were all on contracts, and I noticed there wasn't a maternity policy that was up to date. I think the last one was like 4 years old, and it was nothing to do with contracts or anything like that. So I always try to say to the T100 late on last year that if you've got athletes that are in the field that are wanting to have children, there will be many athletes that are looking, you know, whether it's now or in the next few years, to potentially have a child, and they're looking at a policy that's miles out of date and there's nothing to do with what the current situation is, you need to change that if you are doing one, because it's like going in a normal job and asking your manager what your maternity policy is and just going, oh, well, I don't know, we'll do one if you do get pregnant. And you're like, well, no, because I need to plan if I can afford to have a child. Like I can't just have one and go, God, I hope I can afford it. So, and then anyway, they said we have one, but it's not official. So anyway, lo and behold, I actually got pregnant a lot faster than we planned. I think we dropped on the first month we started trying. So I was going back to Dylan going, hi, what's the maternity policy? And he was like, we haven't got one. We need to put it through the board. The board have to agree on it. And then we'll let you know what it is. So we're still waiting on what it might be.
Man.
Yeah.
I thought with Emma and Holly, yeah, I think those are the two.
And
they
Lucy
were like,
Hall.
they were like, we're freezing the rankings. You'll get X amount of your contract. You'll be guaranteed a certain number of starts when you come back. I thought that was...
Yeah, and I think that was the prior to the contract year. So they was on the original one, but then, so then I think this year it'll be me and Ashley. So far, I think, on the PTO. Is there anyone else I'm missing?
So far publicly? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That we don't know where it stands currently, so we're waiting on the board to have a meeting about it. So
I mean, in all fairness, no one's been paid from 2025 yet. So.
Yeah, we have. From 20. Yeah, we got paid the other day actually. Overall.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's so depressing when it comes into the bank account though, because for me as well, we get taxed and then we get the conversion rate as well. So it's really depressing. When you think you're getting a lot and you're like, oh no. It wasn't that good. But yeah.
You mentioned though that you in passing you mentioned the Samla thing, which we want to hear about. And I meant to start with this. You haven't swum since the Samla thing. Now the Samla race was this 100K 6-stage. We talked about it on the podcast when it happened because we were very confused. And there was some debate about, did you do all the stages in a row? Was it multiple days?
There wasn't debate.
I was confused.
Kelly said the wrong thing. And Joanne and I are both like, I don't think you're right.
So what? Yeah, what was this? Yeah. What was this? How did you end up there?
A really random event in Qatar, and we'd just been to Qatar, funnily enough, for the final. So this was in January. So I didn't do a lot of training, and I'd also pulled my calf in Qatar, and which I did all season, to be quite honest.
I was like, that.
I know. I feel for Kate, honestly. When she said, I thought, Jesus, don't get me started on calves. So I hardly did any training, and this was it were about 36 miles. So what was it running wise? I don't do K.
Wait, I wrote it down. It was you don't do K, really?
No, we do.
Aren't you from the
miles.
UK?
Really?
Yeah,
we do miles we drive in miles and everything.
Are they the same miles as our miles? We're going off a whole
Yeah, we do the
or
same
are they
miles,
like different miles? Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
would 49K make sense?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so basically 50K. So, and I decided to do it ages ago. And leading up to the race, they'd literally give us no information. And to the point where you're emailing saying, "Is this actually going to go ahead?" It's the most random race ever, and we're getting no information. It's not like it's a triathlon. We had kayaking in and all sorts.
Yeah, it was like says it was like a swim. It was a 3K swim, a run, a mountain bike, a kayak, a mountain bike, another 28K run. Yeah.
So when
do you do much kayaking?
I literally went on a random lake near us on a paddle board with a canoeing paddle and tried it, and that's all.
You're like, preparation done.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that'll be fine.
I can do it.
So I was going to the race thinking, is this some sort of joke? But anyway, it turns out it wasn't, and we went. And it was the most bizarre experience I've ever done. It was actually quite fun because it was in the middle of the desert and we had to get these big monster trucks. Huh. We had to go up and down the sand dunes in this massive monster truck. It was bizarre. Anyway, so did the race. It was, the first bit's fairly normal. The swim was 3K, which was actually quite long, really. If you think about it, 3K is fairly long. But it was the shortest part of the whole bloody race. Then it went into maybe 18K to start. just a
21.
21, close. A little taster it was. And it was really quite sand duney towards the end. And they were trying to tell us that the second run was all solid. So you'd be fine, get through the first one. And I was thinking, because of my calf, I didn't really want to run on sand. So part of it was solid, and there was a lot of sand dunes. I find it so hard. It's so energy sapping running on. Really, you know, when it's just soft sand. So you just,
That's horrible.
Oh my God. Katie, don't even get me started. It was awful. I remember seeing John for the first bit, and I was just like, what am I doing? Because I've got really weak ankles because I've been a swimmer. So I just can't run on stuff like that. I'm just terrible. So anyway, got onto the bike. And
is the bike also on like?
Yeah, it's just on.
Bike,
It's
right?
a bit
Soft sand.
Yeah. So basically, we were going up sand dunes, dragging the bike, and then you'd get so far, and obviously you'd have to get off. So you were just walking with the bike, pulling the bike. Honestly, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. And at that point I was with, what's her name, Rachel Clammer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and she were fine. Do you know when
she was fine?
She were absolutely fine. I was dying. I was so hot. I was so exhausted, and she was just fine. I was like cramping everywhere. Anyway, we had to ride and get through all this. So you know when you think you've got a short ride, it's actually over sand dunes and lugging your bike. I was just like, this is the worst day of my life. Then we get to this place, and we had to pick up the kayak. And how far's the kayak, Katie? What was it?
4K.
4K?
Yeah.
Can you imagine kayaking 4K?
No, we have a little lake in the backyard, and it's like maybe a mile around. So whatever that is, just like going the like high mile, it's hard.
Oh my God, I was dragging the kayak into the water, and I looked over into the distance. I needed bloody binoculars to see the men at the other side coming out, and I thought, you are joking. We've got to do a full loop round there. It looked miles away. And then going out were fine, and then we turned around and we had the biggest headwind, and honest to God, we were going nowhere. Literally going nowhere. And then my boat, or kayak, started to fill with water.
Oh, no.
So by the end of it, I was trying to drag my kayak out, but it was literally like I was pulling a lead wake, 'cause it was just full of water. Oh, anyway, got back on bike, and Clammer were going through the transitions like a gazelle. Honestly, it were like a sprint triathlon. You know, when you're thinking, just pipe down. We've been going about 5 hours. Just let's chill.
And it's just you two,
Yeah,
right?
it's just us. She was like, how far are they behind? I was like, listen, don't worry about it. You've won it. You know, when you think, I kept saying to her,
You're like, you're gonna beat me.
yeah, I was literally like, have you not noticed the difference between me and you at this point? I think you're all right. You know, and I was just like, are you actually taking the mick? I am not going to beat you. Just don't worry about it. So I had to stop and refuel because I was getting cramp really bad, and I thought, I'm not going to finish at this rate. Anyway, fast forward, got onto the last run, which was the longest run, was it?
Like
28.
28K.
All on soft sand. I was fuming. It were like they wanted the Qataris to do really well. They'd like sabotaged our race by telling us that it were all on hard sand. None of it were hard sand, and I basically nearly cried all the way through it. It was
That
horrendous.
is so hard to think about, like running on like the soft sand for that long.
Yeah, and especially when you've been
And
told.
biking, too.
Yeah. You've been
Yeah.
told that it's not going to be, oh my Lord, it was...
Yeah, you're like waiting for it.
How I finished, I'll never know. But then I also was pregnant at the time. So that
I
didn't
was
help.
wondering, because I was
Yeah.
trying to add up the math, and I was like, I feel like she was probably pregnant.
Yeah, I
when
was
she
like 8
doing
weeks,
this.
I think, by then.
Yeah.
Which is not, it's pretty early, isn't it? But still,
Yeah.
an 8.5 hour race in the bloody boiling heat. It's probably not the best idea.
Okay, so like, I don't know, this is like a super random, weird, like main thought after all of that, but like, how did they mark the course?
I thought the
Just
same
thinking-
thing. They just had random red flags out that you just followed loads of
Oh,
red
okay.
flags, yeah. It was just in the middle of the sand dunes. To be honest, it was really well organised. To say how bad the communication was prior, once we got there, it were really well organised. Even because obviously you've got to change loads of clothes and have different options at each transition. But the actual event was really well organised. But I can honestly say I will never ever do it again. No offense. I don't want to be mean to the organisers, because it's just for me, because running on sand is just not for me. And it was all
Well,
on sand.
it's just saying it's too hard. Like,
Yeah.
that's why it's not for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you know what they do with
I'm just
200k?
kidding.
They do with 200k.
Wait, they did?
That's
Oh,
what they
man.
do. And they have like 500 people enter. It's absolutely mental. 200k.
How did you end up at this thing?
Hey?
How did you end up at this?
Well, my agent told me about it, and they told me the prize money. So I was like, go on then, I'll give it a go, because I think it was like $50,000 for the win, and 30 maybe for the second. So I would, toying it up. It did cross my mind quite a lot throughout the run.
But it's a pretty good hourly pay rate.
It is, to be fair, yeah. But honestly, if you'd have told me that I were going to get, because in converted, it's about 20 grand for me. If you're going to get 20 grand, I'll go through that again. I'd sack
Say
off
no.
that 20 grand. I swear to God, I would. It was and then when we got to the finish line, and there were people, because we had to wait there, because it was in the middle of the desert, and they'd cut off for 12 hours, so you had to wait till the 12-hour cut off before you could all leave. So we were waiting for people coming in. I was just like waiting for people to come in to just go, I can't believe you finished. Because it was that, not I can't believe you finished because of who you are. Just anybody that finished I just could not believe that they'd gone through it, because it was just so hard. Oh God, yeah, mad.
I think about that with Ironman all the time.
Do you?
Well, yeah, because like there's athletes who are out there for a very long time.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Jess,
made
do
me
you want
think
to
I
do
could-
an Ironman? Yeah, I was like, does this make you be like, oh, I could do a long,
Oh my God! After that, I was like, I could definitely do an Ironman, because it was, although it was short, we were only racing for 8.5 hours. It was a brutal 8.5 hours. Like the riding, and it was just so, it was just so hard. I just felt like a tarmac place to run and ride would be absolute dream. I should have done one about 2 weeks later, shouldn't I?
just an
I
Ironman.
just
Yeah,
been
why
smiling
not?
my way around it, just like I feel how fast I'm going.
Yeah, because it's like sludging for like 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even joking. I was literally nearly walking because I was that slow. I was so slow. And then Clamor were just like hovering over it. She wasn't even, she just ran like it wasn't even sand. Whereas I would just dig in trenches every time I put my feet in the floor. Terrible.
Katie says that you, over your course of your career, you've like different phases, and you had fun, and then you took it too seriously, and then you're having. This doesn't sound like fun. That's what I'm getting at.
No, it wasn't.
Are you having fun?
I was not having fun. I can tell you now, I was not at all. But at T100, I had fun. That was good fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's great. It's a very chilled World Triathlon vibe, because they really look after you. So you go and there's mechanics, and you see loads of people, and it's like a little family. And then you just race at the end of it. It's actually quite good. It's quite fun.
In my head, it's like a super tri vibe. Is that true?
Yeah, it's like a cross between Super Tri and World Triathlon. So basically, it's like Super Tri but organised. Because Super Tri were carnage at times, wasn't it? So it's very organised. Yeah, it's good fun.
So what's the most? I mean, now that getting in the later stages of our career, what's the most fun? Like, what do you enjoy the most now?
In terms of training or racing?
Just in terms of keep doing triathlon,
I do just genuinely love racing. I think without racing, I am a bit worried when I retire what I will be like. I don't know if I'm that type of person to just train all the time. I don't know.
Katie has discovered, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She is not, yeah.
But could like you have seen some athletes that retire and they just don't change. Whereas I'm going to be one that you'll see me in about 5 years' time and go, whoa, she's changed. I'm like, I'm loving life. But yeah, because I have gone through stages in my life as well. So I used to be a swimmer, and then I quit that because it was too intense when I was like 16. went out, boozing, loving life, just having fun with friends and traveling with John and stuff like that. And then I got back into sport. So I definitely have that personality to be out of sport as well as in sport. Because when I did quit swimming, I didn't do any sport. I dabbled a bit of football at college, but not much. So I have.
I was just reading, and I saw you did golf.
I did golf.
Is that right?
Yeah, I played golf when I was younger, but only due to my grandparents wanting me to play golf.
I was like, does she still do this?
No, I don't do. I'll take it up later on, I think. But yeah, so I know I've got that personality to not be bothered by exercise as well. So I just think it'll be interesting to see what I'll be like when I quit completely. How have you found it, Katie?
Falling off. I'm like the same as what you're explaining in the sense of like I love training for racing, and like I don't love swim training, especially by myself.
Yes.
I don't like riding on the roads. Like I didn't really enjoy that so much in my career either. So but I do like a bike trail or something, and then like running, but I just need people, like I'm finally figuring out people like to train with. But I could race, like there's people who are like, oh, I couldn't race like age group because like of the that feeling of what you used to be. And I'm like, I'll be fine. Like, I'll be fine with that. Although I say that, and I raced the Parents Mile at Kimball's school, and
I saw that.
Two men beat me, and I was like, okay, I might train for the fall.
But it's quite nice. You have that bit of a break, and then you will find something where it's a race or whatever on age group triathlon where you will start to train for it, and you'll be like a beast, just going for it. But that's what I'll be like. I'll have a break from it, and then I'll enter some races or do some trail running or whatever.
Something random.
Yeah. And then I'll get the bug for that. I don't think I would continue with triathlon. No,
it's really bizarre, like going from all the things we did during like the actual, like when you're competing and when you're racing and when it's your job, how fast like you can fall out of that lifestyle.
It's quite impressive, really.
I'm like, geez, I worked so hard for this, and it's like I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I did it a lot in my career through injury, when you're just like, oh my God, I'm so far off. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Every winter,
yeah.
Just come back.
But it gives you the confidence that you can just have so long off, and you can easily get back to racing at a high level just if you're committed.
That's what I keep telling myself in the swim, because I was like, I didn't swim for my whole like university, so which is more than what I've been detached from now. And I get in the pool and swim 1,000, and I'm like, oh.
At least you're motivated to go that far. But we had COVID as well. We never really swam in COVID as well. Loads of us didn't swim. True. It was like the dream. I loved that.
I loved it.
I had a great time in COVID.
It's just funny because you say that, but I know you're like one of the first in the pool for swimming to get extra like time in.
Yeah, I did when I was in the squad. I did the most always. I was like,
but not enjoying.
It was better because it was with the squad and I was more motivated. Whereas now I swim alone because I have to do times with that suit Fred. You see, so all this T100 I've just mainly swam alone and done like a couple of sessions with the squad. So that really helped. Like you said, it's difficult to do on your own. When you're with the squad, it's so much easier, especially with swimming.
I'm always like, just swim with people. Yeah. That's my advice to others.
Yeah, definitely. If you see people swimming alone, just go, they're psychos.
And just swim near them.
They're not normal, those over there. We've seen her on her own swimming.
Oh, man. All right. To wrap up-ish. Katie had this because I don't know where this is going to go, but Katie had this question. I think it's good. What has been your favorite triathlon memory then out of all of them so far?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, we should have prepped you.
Yeah, you should have prepped me.
I know.
Because I'll definitely say the wrong thing.
Well, is there a wrong answer?
It just means there's multiple right ones.
Yeah, I think if I could clump together a year,
okay,
if that's all right, it'd be like 2018. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Is it 2018?
2019.
2019. No,
Jess.
2019.
I think you're 2019.
It's
too. I don't know,
2019.
maybe you like 2018
Yeah,
better.
you're probably going, she didn't do anything in 2018. Yeah, with Lausanne.
Yeah,
Lausanne
2019.
and Tokyo Test Event. I think that was probably the best memories I've got, and probably because it was the best performances I'd done myself. And it's always much more fun when you do well. So I would probably say that time and that period, and just being at races with friends. You know, like we were all good friends on the circuit, weren't we? And we all knew each other, and it was just lovely, really. I mean, we're meant to be competitors, and we were competitors, but it was just a really nice time to race, I think, personally.
Yeah, it was like a really special, I felt like just between, the top of, like, the people who were racing the circuit at the top of the circuit. Like, we all just got on quite well.
Yeah. And we were all in it together, getting success from the breakaways.
Yeah.
That's probably why. It's basically all of us were just friends in this little circuit.
It was me infiltrating the Brit podium. We would just be like, you, me, and Georgia taking turns on all the steps.
Yeah, basically. So that was good fun, I would say.
Well, see, maybe that'll make some of these young up-and-comers feel like they gotta make little friend groups and form breakaways. And
Yeah, don't be afraid
relive
to...
the glory days.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to communicate. Like, we were on the start line, weren't we? And I'd always be telling everybody where to go. We'd all discuss about what to do, and it all worked out well, didn't it? Because I think people are just really scared to talk to each other when actually, ultimately, you all want to do the best and do well. So, yeah, just be
you're all like working hard, but not trying to like necessarily, drop some people for sure, but not like drop the people who are going to like,
you've got to know who
benefit your race.
Don't be going
benefit
up to,
you.
Yeah, don't be going up to the people that don't want a break and saying, "Do you want to swim next to me?" Because they're just going to swim all over you. So pick the right people.
Yeah. But even in Tokyo, like at the actual Olympics, I can remember like I'd had like dismal like races before then, and we had like gone there for the course preview or like kind of just doing or course recon together. Did we do course recon? No, I'm wondering. But at least like pre-race.
Yeah.
Like warming up together. And it was like literally right before the start, and we're just like not playful, but just like enjoying the idea of what could come.
Yeah.
And we dove in, and it was like like it was like the most perfect like line.
It literally nobody touched us, did they?
Crazy.
It all went
like,
perfect.
Yeah, I was like, surely there's another pack somewhere. I remember thinking
we just like we just swam away on our own. Yeah. It was very bizarre, but worked out a treat.
Yeah. But
great times. I just didn't have a good finish.
I'm going to stop. You just didn't have a good finish? Well, Katie did.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. At least.
What a good finish to Jess's podcast.
Had the worst race I'd had in ages. But I were really happy, to be fair.
You did have a gold medal in the end.
I did, yeah.
Not of that race.
Not that race, yeah. But it was still good fun. I didn't care. I was just happy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'll let you finish.
You guys, I know. Well, no, I was going to say I'm going to cut you off from reminiscing, wrap up our show.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jess. And thank you to everybody for listening. You can send us a voicemail. You can leave a review, share with your friends, and we will be back.